Radio, the pathfinder for radio. Elected TV radio. Unedifying broadcasting. Listen. Elected TV radio. We dare to lead. You are listening to Elected TV radio. Hey! All right, good morning and welcome to this Possible Faith Thursday edition. Barkat Salah to my Muslim brothers and sisters. I'm sure that the dispatch rider should be on the way now, bringing my meat, my fried, roasted, barbecued, grilled meat. That you don't bring any fresh meat to come and give me with blood. Oh. I don't do well with blood. That's why I didn't study medicine. Don't come and give me bloody things here. As somebody called me the other day, I said they are killing the meat now. Should they bring it? I said bring what? The one where they with blood. Well, whatever it is, good morning and welcome to the show. Today we're going to talk about Matthew Kovacic signing for Manchester City. Can you replace Ike Gundogan? James Maddison. So let's look at James Maddison a little bit. James Maddison created more goals than he would surprise you than Kevin De Bruyne last season. Created more chances than Martin Odegaard last season, even in a dying team like Leicester City. And Tottenham Hotspur just got him for 45, like not for free, £170,000 a week. Have they gotten the best deal in this window? And with all the signings and all the backing that Mikel Arteta have been giving, does he still have any room for excuses? So what would be the expectation on him? And then we've got the transfer gist and all that as usual. So if you're here, bring up anything today. Today is a public holiday. Tomorrow is Friday. Whatever other talking point, question you want to ask, bring it up. Somebody sent me that I no longer allow people to ask free questions. Now that's not true. I didn't stop anybody. You just don't ask a question, and I'm not going to force it out of you. But whatever question you throw up, I'll be here. I honestly would respond as best as I can. Having said that, somebody said meat should be delivered by DHL. That's a long process now. Come on. Okay, but whatever it is, this match rider is the best one. Unless you're bringing it from the abroad. That would be tickle. That pass me to that too. But whatever it is, thank you very much. And I'm not alone. I've got my Gen Z intern in the building. Hey, how are you? Good morning.
I'm fine. Nice to meet you.
Say it in French.
Bonjour.
Our baby girl is greeting us in French. Oh, okay. So bonjour, whatever. Bonjour, mademoiselle. Is that how you guys say it? Okay. So how was your night? As your mom, how's everything? Now you getting in the groove of life. What's happening on the Gen Z side of this world right now?
Everything is fine. I'm fine. My night was fine. My mom is fine. My sister is fine. Then this side of life, story.
But before you give me stories, what's your everyday life like? What's your day to day? Wake up in the morning. If you're not coming to the studio, what's your day like?
Normal. Wake up in the morning, do the chores, and after I'm free, then just.
The family still do morning devotion.
Yes.
Yeah.
Early in the
I don't do that. I don't do that in my house. No.
Early in the morning, sleeping, you wake you up, you come and pray.
Oh God, my younger brother is here. He knows. He knows. Oh God, my mom. Let's say you really want them to beat you if you're not going to do again. You're gathering together. Well, for us, it was in the morning and in the evening. It's crazy, my growing up. But hey, so after that, what else?
Yeah, feel like since you have done your chores, you can stay with my mom in the shop and not find the shop.
Do people have remote control fight?
Not now. No, because mostly use our phone.
Your sister is how old again?
She's 24.
Okay, so she's your big sister, you are the
Yes.
baby sister. Just the three of you in the house.
My cousins are at home. My cousin brother, then my other cousin sister.
Oh, okay, so you have a full house now.
Yes.
And there's no in-house fighting or argument.
All these arguments.
Okay, what do you guys argue about? I thought it was only boys that argue, especially about football, oh, Arsenal, Man U, and the rest. What do people argue about?
Because sometimes it's just the phone. Like if you don't do like something in the house, if you don't do your chores, then that's how you really argue.
Who's the best cook in the house?
My mom.
Does your mom still cook?
Yeah.
She shouldn't be cooking.
She shouldn't be cooking, but
No, she shouldn't be cooking. Like I always tell my kids that, whether my son, once you get to 15, we ain't cooking in this house anymore. That's your rest, that's your duty, and then your sister, and then the little boy. That's your job. It's not.
But she rarely cooks. She cooks once in a while. It's mostly
So
my
who do,
sister.
okay, you people do the cooking. You guys have to retire. So like, mommy stop cooking, especially when we're around. When you people go out, she can come back and cooking. But
Cooking is really nice. We make her cooking.
I don't get this. You see this selfish little girl, yeah. Her cooking is really nice. Can't your own cooking be really nice?
What's it compared to her mother's cooking now?
No, something can compare. I think my younger brother is there. I'm going to ask him this question, bro. Between my cooking and Mom's cooking, which one do you prefer? I will leave him to answer that question. I think at some point I became a better cook than my mom. My mom is a magician at manufacturing, like small cooking. I'm not good at cooking small, like when there is nothing, when the ingredients are not plenty, nah, I can't cook. But my mom can just use okra. There's one food called biokpo. Okra, the ugu, pamoya, meat there, crayfish, and she will cook a storm. It will be a palatially delicious food. I don't have that skill. But I know I can cook. Like I really can cook. I know that one. Okay. Hey, there's a French language that we spoke when we were growing up. Bonjour means born in June. Mama Selepa, cause Selepa. Now we buba, now commando we buba. This was where we back. It was one guy called Felix Oji, one guy that started this thing, and it became a very popular. I don't know, doesn't forget this. Okay, so basically that's it, right? Okay, so give me gist. What's happening in your Gen Z world?
Okay, so we talked about the story. Now,
Yesterday, yeah.
It's still going on longer.
Now the fire is burning now, right?
Burning. Another one has come out saying she's pregnant.
For Davido too.
Yeah, a French lady.
A French lady?
Yes.
Okay.
It's like a French Nigerian said that she's also pregnant for Davido. Then there were a lot of the American reports, like receipts of that conversation, said that it's true that it's really pregnant for Davido, that everything, which is like coming, even still now, the update is still coming.
But wait, I'm asking, you these people of this world, how come you people are not doing video to show that you are pregnant for any Oviobere? You know what Oviobere is? Like poor, very poor boy, poor ghetto boy in Mushi. Why does it have to be, like people have to call a press conference to announce that they are pregnant? Because when they want to go and sleep with the video, they didn't call us. They didn't tell us when they were having all those dinner, all those nights out, all those secrets, rendezvous, and the rest. They didn't invite us. Why are they inviting us into the pregnancy conversation? Is that how you people do your things?
That's how we do our things.
Because as far as I'm concerned, in my days when we were younger, even the pregnancy is the one that you hide the most. You don't even talk about it because that people will go to back seats. People will take back seats. So you hide it. Maybe you born or probably the let me not use that word now for the same encouraging bad things on there. But basically, so what do you think? Like if you're Davido's wife, you're Choma right now, what's going on in your head?
Someone is very, very confused because she's also pregnant. So like
yeah.
You're pregnant. Other people are coming out to say that they're pregnant for your owners, but I guess you just have to.
But back in the day, it wasn't a big deal. Like there's a guy called Alauru have like 50 children. My father have his own. Chief Sido have his own. Chief Isiso have his own. Dewo have his own. My former landlord, Chief GM Ogedigwe, have his own battalions, and it was a good thing. It was a sign of strength, virality, that you are a solid man if you can have plenty children. What's all this fuss about? I think birth control or child control is for people who don't have money. The kind of money David just bought a neighbor, the same car that Alicia Keys bought, and she did it, an entire family review. David just bought it like he just bought ice cream on the side. So somebody like that, I mean, I'm trying to be on the other side of the fence now, as liberal as I can get. Is it really a problem? Is it really a problem that Davido is getting a lot of women pregnant? Because he actually can have, can afford it. When my banker is partners, they can bankroll it. So it's not Fanny Kayode. This is Davido.
Just is a personal amount that is supposed to be for them, the video and his family, but now that media is involved and
And that's you people, Gen Z. Now that's how you people do your things.
It's not a rich media, so like it's now news. Husband and wife fighting, what's happening. It's now a hot see that people want to know what's going on. So I think that's why it's going really viral right now.
Okay, no problem. Let's come back to the sporting side of life. I don't know the way these people do their things. I'm not going to sit here and argue or banter with Davido. Who am I to banter Davido? Wait, who am I? Who am I? It's even in the Bible. Who is man that you are mindful of him? Who am I that I will come and open my mouth and be talking about Davido? First off, we're not mates, but his money is older than me. His money is like ancient of days, as old as you are. So we're not on the same. We're not the same reason. 30, my brother said 30 billion reasons to get them pregnant. So I'm not that. Look, I'm trying so hard to make a media empire work here. I'm trying so hard to make Nigerian League become a big league in Africa, or West Coast of Africa first. Let's start with that. 16 countries in West Africa. Let's even be number one in West Africa and then become number one in Africa. We're not even competing with the Premier League. But Wale, I ask you, I say, between me and Mom, who's the best cook? You didn't answer me. I be you side step down or you pretend like say you're not here. Okay, I understand. Don't worry. When you come to Lagos again, you go fast. This time I'll tell your wife, make enough follow you come. You go fast. You drink tea and bread. Your eye good. Well, let's get in on the many stories that we've got to talk about, and then there's also the transfer gist. You know that one. We didn't miss that one. Thursday there is story on Kane. There's story on Rice, Casado, Zobolais. That this guy's name is very, very funny. Anytime I try to read it, Zobozlai, Viega, Onana, Ramos, and a whole lot more to talk about. But before that one, let me pop in on some stories that are making the headlines on Daily Mail and the European circuit, and see how that goes. Okay, Harry Kane, like it's been told that guaranteed glory, goals galore, and the Champions League tilt, or hunt down Algeria's Premier League scoring record. Should Harry Kane stay at Tottenham or join Bayern Munich? The question is still going on. This is a question we discussed yesterday. UEFA closed loopholes after Chelsea's 600 million spending spree by introducing a 5-year limit for the spread of transfer fees. Okay, no long-term contract already signed will be affected. So that thing that Chelsea did last season cannot be repeated again. UEFA say that thing is a scam. I don't know what you really concern them, but let's leave it like that. Okay, give yourself a chance for some June joy by buying 20. No, let's leave that. That will not concern us right now. Okay, the boy who would be king, how lightning in the boat. Carlos Alcaraz defied 100 years of family heartache to soar toward number one as he looks to land his maiden Wimbledon title. Let's hope that he gets it. This has been a long time coming, plenty of disappointment, plenty of failure. Sometimes it is in the abundance of failure that we get the biggest success ever. So I hope that he gets his glory in Wimbledon and become a success. There's a picture that I saw online, okay? A Villa Park, that's the Aston Villa field, is loaded with sand, like sand. Like, see, the way these Europeans do their things, it's just so beautiful to behold. So what they did is they put trampoline on top of the grass and load it with all this sand. And between me and you, there's going to be a bike rally on the field. The stadium cannot just, you know how they say, a stadium is a business. It cannot just be lying idle for 92 days, because the end of the season to the start of the new season is 92 days. It cannot just be lying idle. So they use it for all of these, apart from the tour, who is going to tour Villa Park. They have two Champions League trophy anyway. Museum one. They have one Champions League trophy. So the people can tour that. But apart from the tour, all of these rallies goes on so that they will make money, and then thereafter they will remove the sand. It's 7,000 tons of sand that they put in that pitch. But guess what? When this thing is removed and the season starts, that Aston Villa pitch will still be greener than the Abuja National Stadium. I don't know what miracle they use, but I think that some people need to go to the abroad and go and learn that instead of going to the abroad and just go on social media and be calling Nigeria zoo. Some of them are way to go the abroad. Those are the things that you're supposed to learn and then come back and use it to make money and better the country. That's what I think anyway. Man United are set to make a formal approach for Brighton for 80 million rated Moises Caicedo this week, with Erik ten Hag frustrated at Chelsea amid impasse in pursuit of Mason Mount. Man City will only sign a new midfielder if Team Stars are sold after ending their pursuit of Declan Rice, with Bernardo Silva, Aymeric Laporte, and Riyad Mahrez among those who could leave. What is good is that Arsenal have gotten their man, and I still insist and I stand on my ground that Mikel Arteta used Man City to get this deal done. Jack Grealish parties with chart-topping DJ Tiesto in Las Vegas and stays in 7,000 square foot suit as England star unwind following Euro qualifiers and 4-day bender following City's treble triumph. He done the party na so Pogasgo and Testatu. Pogasgo back in the day when I used to buy Shoot magazine and all these other magazines, and some of you guys who are here doesn't even understand this thing I'm saying right now. But back in the day when I used to order this magazine from the abroad, from the UK, this is how we were seeing what's it called? Pogasco and partying, having fun, jumping with women, DJs, party, Hollywood stars. Today now, it's looking like he's a mama. It's one of those mummies from Egyptian movies. So I'm just saying, drink alcohol the way you like. At the end of the day, don't destroy your life. This one that you have won in treble now, people not gonna hear what do. Liverpool explore deal for RB Leipzig star Dominic Zobolais and holds talks with his representative as Jockey Club chases another midfielder, but £60 million release clause expires on Friday. That is tomorrow. Okay, let's just hope that they get the deal done before tomorrow. If they don't, there's going to be a new price tag and it could be more than £60 million. Chelsea secure yet another South American wonder kid after agreeing £50 million deal for Angelo of Santos as a Ruben Loftus-Cheek jets to Italy to complete his medical ahead of AC Milan move. Is Chelsea copying as a Wenger Arsenal with all these their kids that they're signing? Is this the one? Wale Erokiri, is this the one that that Chelsea wants to do this time around? UEFA will change the name of the UEFA Europa Conference League just 2 years after the tournament's creation, but not until 2024-2025 campaign. So there's going to be another name again. We've gone through all of this name change, Cup Winners' Cup to Europa Cup, from Europa Cup. Now we have Conference League, Conference Cup, and Conference Cup League or whatever. It's going to change again. Kai Havertz completed £65 million move to Arsenal from London rivals Chelsea to become Mikel Arteta's first summer signing, as Gunners boss confirmed plan to use German in new position. That position better work. 65 million pounds for this guy. To do face like somebody they had a serial killer for all those slow motion movie. However, fumes at leak of his Arsenal unveiling video as he pens emotional farewell to Chelsea fans after completing 65 million pounds move to London rivals. What you concern? What you the film? What you the verse for? My friend, get out of here. Come and play football and let's see what you can do. You the film. Okay, Football Manager 24 will be the last of its kind, studio director reveals as developers close this chapter of our history. Okay, so football managers, those of you who like to play Football Manager, just know that it will no longer be there. This is the last upgrade that you can have. Edward Mendy, okay, wrote his appreciation letter to Chelsea, but he stylishly ignored the new owners. Okay, and he had plenty of appreciation for Roman Abramovich and the former director Mariana Granovskia, and a farewell to the fans and all that as the goalkeeper completes his move to Al Ahly in Saudi Arabia. Okay, Leicester City, having sold James Maddison, have now agreed an initial £7.5 million deal with Wolves for Conor Cody. Remember him? That one that everybody said he was going to go on and rule the world. Who ruled the world? Conor. For where? That's the girls. Okay, that's where they stand on that one. It's going to go play the championship, not good enough to be in the Premier League. Tottenham Hotspur, I told you before, I confirmed that for the £5 million capture of top target James Maddison with £170,000 a week. England's star ready to play for Ange Postecoglou. That is his third signing this window. Okay, they're signing. Jude Bellingham will be Real Madrid's number 10 next season. With Carlo Ancelotti set to reshape his side around the new £130 million man. Look at Madrid. Sorry, that your 1 year extension for bench. Liverpool will look to test Real Madrid's resolve with a huge £77 million bid for Federico Valverde with minutes in midfield at a premium in Carlo Ancelotti's side. Carlo Ancelotti is not retiring in Brazil. Please hold your breath. He's not coming to coach your team. Again, it seems like all the money that your club have is going to be spent in that midfield position. Kylian Mbappe plays beach party tennis in holiday in Miami while wearing a blue bucket hat just days after he spoke out on the tragic French police shooting of a 17-year-old boy. Okay, so what has the hat got to do with it? Okay, Kafrock wants Tyson Fury that ring rust will lead to a 12-round disaster against Alexander Usyk, with the Brits still without a fight since December. Manchester United reopened talks with Chelsea over Mason Mount and optimism a deal can be struck in the next week, while Red Devils step up pursuit of £50 million rated David de Gea replacement. Let's see how that will go at the end of the day. We just hope that everything goes well. Finally, Arsenal finally reached £105 million agreement with West Ham for Declan Rice with personal terms, a formality after England asked Hamas to accept Ghana's offer as city interest cooled off. Enter cooler. Hurricane is building a mansion 15 miles from Chelsea's training ground, leaving Blues on alert with Tottenham striker entering his final year of the deal. Chelsea fans, would you want to see Hurricane in your team? And Hurricane does not even have the right to see Chelsea and not in the Champions League. As Spurs in the Champions League, no. Spurs have £45 million back in Maddison, who had scored Kevin De Bruyne last season, created more chances than Martin Odegaard, and can ease Kane's burden. Is a perfect fit for Ange Postecoglou's attacking style. That is if they will still have Harry Kane there. Bayern Munich are on the verge of signing Kim Min-jae for £43 million with a medical to take place after his military training in a blow for Manchester United, who were planning to put in an offer for the Napoli defender. That story puts a very strong pain on them. Well, any Aluko claims are bizarre. Declan Rice transfer theory on a Mikel Arteta call to Pep Guardiola is right after Arsenal agreed a £105 million deal for him and slammed sexist, racist haters who abuse her for it. Well, in the day of the Gen Z, anything you say, people will come online to say all the things. That's exactly the same way I did a video. I put it out there that Kai Havertz was going to Arsenal a couple of week or so ago now, and people were insulting me in the comment section, and some people were sending me messages on my DM that I'm rubbishing my brand. I should verify stories before I talk. How can Arsenal be going for Kai Havertz? Well, they pay £65 million for the man, and those people who think they know football more than God are no longer in my DM telling me they are sorry for the rubbish that you've said. It is the way the world rose today, so we can go with it. But let's come to the transfer rumors and all the stories that are there. Let's see what goes on. Bayern Munich are ready to offer £80 million to try and sign Harry Kane, 29 from Tottenham Hotspur after an initial bid of 60.2 for the England captain was rejected by Tottenham Hotspur, according to the Sun. England midfielder Declan Rice, 24, has been given a permission to undergo a medical at Arsenal, as they told. What's that? What do we have here? It's making that noise. I'm not supposed to have that. You can go step aside and go and relieve yourself if you need to. Okay, so where did I stop? England midfielder Declan Rice, 24, have been given permission to undergo a medical at Arsenal as they hold talks with West Ham over how to structure a £105 million deal. You know, this deal is going to happen unless they fail a medical. So there is no stopping the game. But Arsenal have spent £105 million. I've agreed that deal. It means that Arteta, there is no longer rebuilding. Oh, you're not a building contractor anymore. You've got to now deliver. Like, you've got to deliver. There is no let's wait. We are waiting. We are not waiting anymore. Okay, you have to make sure you deliver and deliver real well, like trophy. Well, how do we call it? Sporting teams. Okay, we have to know all of that because it is very, very important. I'm coming on that. So I also ask you guys a question. What is now the expectation on Arteta? Arteta was brought in to steady the ship and then eventually to lift them into the Champions League. They're not in the Champions League. They'll play Champions League this season. What is the expectation now? Because I mean, this team has spent money. They spent real money. Maybe not have spent money like Chelsea did last season, but they spent real money in the last 4 or 3 transfer windows, and it's about time that money begin to produce real results. As it is. Okay. West Ham boss David Moyes is targeting Everton's Belgian midfielder. What's it called? Amadou Onana, who is 21 years of age. Juventus Switzerland midfielder Dennis Zakaria, 26. And Manchester United England defender Harry Maguire. The things that every other coach could not mend. Why does David Moyes think he can mend it? Is he doing this because he's coming off the back of winning the Conference League and he think he can go and bring anybody and achieve result? Do you think that Maguire is the player that can, turn his fortune around at West Ham? But before you say anything, remember that Ben White was not a fantastic player in his previous clubs. Same with Aaron Ramsdale, but then came to Arsenal and situation changed. The same way, this guy failed woefully at Fulham and then went to Napoli and became Zoba Anguissa, the Cameroonian. Failed woefully at Fulham. A lot of people have forgotten about that, but playing at Fulham, it was a disaster. But then he went on to Napoli and led them match that midfield that had lost a defender in Koulibaly, that have lost Amsic and the rest of them, but then went on to win the league title, went all the way to the quarterfinals of the UEFA Champions League, lost at AC Milan due to injuries to Sime and the rest, but it is what it is. Now, remember also that a certain Diego Forlan was a failure in the Premiership with Manchester United, went to a very small club lower than Manchester United in Villarreal, and won the European Golden Boot and became one of the best players, the most successful player, the best player at the World Cup 2010, who mastered the Jabulani ball better than any other person, became the highest goal scorer in that tournament as well. So you can fail at one club and go to another club and succeed. I'm not holding that against Maguire succeeding. But do you guys think that Maguire is a guy that West Ham need right now, or it is money that is going to be wasted? It's about, I don't know, about 40 million, 40.8 million that will be spent. Manchester United are set to formally approach Brighton for Ecuador midfielder Moises Caicedo, 21, after making initial contact this week. Now, this is what's running in my head. I'm thinking Arsenal should also go in for Moises Caicedo. And some people say, okay, that you're selfish, you're greedy, blah, 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 blah. If you look at the Arsenal team, they are still a first 11 team. And that's the reason why I said they were not going to win the title last season. With all the signings that they are making. So let's say, for instance, let's agree to disagree on this one, that Emily Rose Smith is a replacement for Martin Odegaard. Who will be the replacement for Kai Havertz? Who will be the replacement for, who's the other guy now? For Declan Rice. People will say Jorginho, but I don't think that that's just a perfect replacement. And then you look at the other position. You have Trossard for Martinelli. Who do you have as backup for Bukayo Saka? I don't think we have anybody. With Tomiyasu, that look like a photocopied human being, also battling injuries, demons, and all that. If it doesn't come good, who's the replacement for Ben White? Some people will say Timbers, but I think that Timbers is a backup for William Saliba, and Jacob Kivo is a backup for Gabriel Magalhaes. So I think that somewhere the Arsenal squad is still not fleshed up completely. It's still a bit thin. It's still suffering from kwashiorkor malnourishment there. They still need a few bodies. I thought by now they would have gone for Tielemans. I also thought that Arsenal would have actually gone for James Maddison because for me it was affordable. It wasn't expensive. And Yuri Tielemans is a free agent. I don't know why anybody is not signing him. I don't know what they know that we don't know. Well, after I get in touch with my sources, I find out information about why nobody is going in for Yuri Tielemans yet. Man United are set to formally approach The Red Devils will also hold talks with Chelsea this week to break the impasse over a deal for England midfielder Mason Mount, 24. Manchester United fans, let me ask you guys this one. It's Mason Mount. No, looking at your team from last season, and you already know what was missing and all that. Is Mason Mount the thing that is missing? And then you look at your midfield again. Okay, what role is Moise Caicedo coming to play? Who is he coming to displace? Are you guys done with Casemiro? Is Casemiro now yesterday's player? You know what's the shape of the team going to look like coming into the new season? We might think that there is still time, but by Friday or Saturday, there's 1st of July. We'll count down to the end of July. Once you get to the end of July, the season is upon you because August is 1 month that seems to move very, very fast. These days, every month moves fast. They used to say that January is a very slow month. I like it's faster than fast now. So everything is on the fast wheel right now. So look at it, Manchester United fans. Tell me, what do you really think is going to happen? Daily Man has said Caicedo displaces Fred easily. Your Tielemans is already on an Aston Villa player, and that's a very, very sad one as far as I'm concerned. Well, let's move further down the road and see how it goes. The Red Devils will also, okay, Aston Villa are leading the race to sign Pau Torres. Okay, this is another player that everybody's been looking for. At one point, Man City wanted to sign him, Arsenal wanted to sign him, Man United, Chelsea, everybody's wanted to sign him. Pau Torres, for me, fall into the Morata, the late part of Fernando Torres kind of signing. Hey, Aston Villa is working with a Spanish coach. It just might get the best out of him. I don't know, but let's see how that goes. Spanish midfielder Gabri Viega, 21, who has a 40 million euros, 34.5 million pounds release clause, has emerged as a target for Manchester City. While Liverpool and Chelsea are also keeping tabs on the Celta Vigo man. That's according to Fabrizio Romano. Liverpool have met with a representative of 22-year-old Hungarian midfielder Dominic Zoboszlai. Okay, commentators. I know if you're right, my shout. Who has a 70 million euro, 60 million pounds release clause at RB Leipzig. Okay, let's hope that Liverpool will get at this rate. Liverpool will get more midfielders than any other team in the world. Wolves have accepted. I think I've read that one before. Burnley have submitted a bid for Anderlecht 18-year-old Belgian defender Nikai Sadiki. Okay, you have a Belgian coach, and somehow that's going to be the only black coach in the Premier League next season. That's not too good. If I fire him, well, I hope he does well because what happens is if he doesn't do well in the Premier League, everybody said that the replacement of Pep Guardiola is between Yaya Toure and Vincent Kompany. Two black coaches. Let's hope that one of them gets the job eventually. Chelsea are willing to let England winger Callum Hudson-Odoi 22 leave for 15 million, and Nottingham Forest are interested in it. That one, which one I want to do? Nottingham Forest, I want to buy a player now. Another Emmanuel Dennis, Blues boss Mauricio Pochettino is ready to receive offers for Captain Cesar Azpilicueta 33 and could let the Spain fullback go on a free with Inter Milan keen on his services. If you said that already, who's going to come and offer you any money? You don't wait for him to go for free now. Santos wonderkid Angelo 18, who has represented Brazil at under 20 level, is on the verge of completing a 50 million pounds, 12.9 million pounds switch to Chelsea after Barcelona withdrew their interest in the player. Benfica president Manuel Costa says Man United are prepared to pay 80 million euros. Wow. Which is 69 million pounds for 22-year-old Portuguese forward Goncalo Ramos. Remember, Goncalo Ramos was recommended by Bruno Fernandes last season that Man United should go get him. So sometimes when your countryman is somewhere, he could also pave way for you. That's when you have good countrymen, and not all of them. So let's see how that goes. Let me start reading your comments from Instagram. I always like to start from Instagram. Mr. Sugar, he said, Elegote, what you do money division in your house? Is it your house? The money division, what you do so? What happened? Is it your house? Baba, why won't you do money division in your house? I don't do money devotion in my house. Sorry. Okay? I know they do, and I know your apology for that one. It's my house. I don't do money devotion. It's none of your business. Mind your business, please. The fact that you can ask questions does not mean you can question the way my house is run. I grew up seeing everybody do money division. I've not seen what the money devotion have done in any family or in the country. As far as I'm concerned, Nigeria's biggest problem after lack of trust from one tribe to the other and corruption is religion. And I'm not playing that play with my children. I'm not putting my children's head in a place where they grow up believing that only two people are responsible for everything in this life. If something goes wrong, it's the devil. If something goes right, it is God. No, you have to tell me the role that you are playing in all of this. If you can't get accident, it's not village people that's after you. There's something wrong with the car. Did you maintain your car properly? Did you do the right thing? There is no blood sucking anymore on the highway. I do not believe in that. And nobody have to wake up in the morning and say, I cover everything with the blood. Come on, stop that nonsense. Have sense. And then I do not also believe in a world where anybody that is humongously successful is because they belong to secret court or because they belong to Illuminati or Freemason. No, I don't believe in that. I believe in process. I believe in God, but I do not believe in the application of God the way we do it. And it's my family. I'm not going to take my children through that nonsense that people do. Morning devotion. Your great grandfather do, great grandparents, did they do morning devotion? What's the evidence of what morning devotion have done for you? Sometimes we should let people live their life the way they want to live their life. Olaoluwa Bamidele says expectations for Arteta should be top 4 and a trophy. Okay, trophy. What trophy? What trophy? Is it trophy Lagabie? Or the Champions League could be overwhelmed? No, I have to forget. Arsenal winning the Champions League is not now. Nah, they missed the bus. They missed the bus a long time ago. A coach that will win it is coming, but not now. Casado displaces Fred easily. I like that. That's according to Daily Mena. And Oyena Yates gave us answer to Telemans. Daily Mena came up and said Casemiro is 30-year-old, even though he's good. He might be unavailable due to injuries or cards accumulated. Is also a replacement for him. Okay, this Gen Z girl is distracting me. Okay, Alo Abamidele, he said Maguire would be a perfect fit for West Ham. Really? He falls into the league of players who do better in mid-table teams. Okay, my fear in Rice move for Arsenal. Okay, I don't understand. I mean, completely your fear. Let me know what you say. So for me, Casado deputizes well. You sign Casado with 80 million and you make him a deputy. That's an 80 million pounds deputy. That's some real deputy sheriff stuff that you put in there. So for me, Casado deputizes well. Should United really need to bolster the midfield, and Mount can also be a replacement for Bruno. Are you serious right now? Mason Mount replacing Bruno Fernandes? Are you serious? Mason Mount, Bruno Fernandes. You guys should have gone to buy James Maddison instead. I'm saying no disrespect to the English boy, no disrespect to the Chelsea kid, but he cannot lace the boots of Bruno Fernandes. I'm not a hater of the player. That's not what's going on here. But please, it's travesty, disrespect, and uncalled for you to say, for what, man? To displace replacement for Bruno Fernandes and easily displaces the old Eriksen. So looks like a goodbye. Eriksen is no longer a footballer. I can't understand. Prince Vega 20 say good morning, sir. Been a while, sir. Yeah, you've been out of circulation. Olalu Abamidele say Chelsea doing giveaway. That's not giveaway. If they are collecting money like that, that's not giveaway. I hope this goes well, especially when they start buying. Okay, let's hope that they buy the right one. Religion, a scam. Yeah, Oluyam says that's my sister. He said, big Uncle E. Okay, how you doing? Okay, ask the UK. Oluyam say I say Arsenal will challenge properly for the EPL title, maybe an FA Cup win this coming season to get title number 15. If they can get a good backup for Saka and the left center back. They already have a left center back lined up in Julian Timber. Timber and Caliber. Arsenal is going to sign a player with Timber and Caliber. Sir, I am wrong for still wanting Party to remain for Arsenal for us at least a season. Sir, am I wrong for still wanting Party to remain for us at least a season more? Because realistically, we can't buy both Rice and Casado in the same window. But we can still go and buy Fofana. Fofana is a box-to-box player. And I think his fee is 40 million. If you're selling Thomas Partey to Saudi Arabia, you get 40 million. If you're selling him to Juventus, maybe 30 or 25 million or even 20 million. So there are players to sell to get a replacement. I think that what Arteta is doing, this is my thought on this. No, I didn't read it from anywhere. No source gave me this. But my thought is that Arteta is getting first his priority signings in. And then when he now sell players, when he now let players go like Saka, like Thomas Partey, like Reese, like Eddie Ketia, Folarin, Balogun, and the rest of them, when they are all gone, the next move will be to say, you know what, now let's go and get there's this thing we call let's get the panel players, and I think it would. You're not wrong. It's a wish, but for me, this is my opinion about Thomas Partey. My problem with Thomas Partey is that elder son in the house who is very, very domineering, but he have nothing to offer, right? He doesn't, when they want to do anything, he doesn't bring money, but he wants things to be done his way. And because everybody's afraid of him, they don't want to hurt him, they will always give him that right of way. And we saw that with Jorginho last season, where even when Jorginho plays a very good game, the next game, you see Thomas Partey starting. And that could always be a problem. It's better to have him out of sight. And that's why I like ruthless coaches. You've got to be ruthless in this. There's no emotion. In building a team, there's no emotion. You got to be ruthless. It is better to let him out, because if you don't, it gives you the idea that he is the stabilizer, is the stable player, the stable head that keeps everybody going. But it will fall short when it matters the most. It is better to, we can't call it a rebuild anymore, but the building process is always a continuous one. It's better to put a team on a pedestal, on a driveway, where you know that, okay, this group of people that are putting together, they are just about all of the same group. After the transfer window, I think going forward, Arsenal will just be doing 2 transfer, 3 transfer like that. Replacement for Gabriel Jesus in the future, a replacement for Zinchenko, a replacement for Tomiyasu, those kind of transfer. You no longer have, want to buy 5 or 6 players anymore. And so I think now this is the best time, because we're going to play in the Champions League, and nobody expects Arsenal to win the Champions League anyway. I think that this is my opinion again. I think Arsenal will win the title before Chelsea. In the two of them, Arsenal is the next team in London that will win the league title. So Thomas Partey is one more season delay. If you put him there one season too late to sell him, one, you will not make money from him next season, and it will not give you anything. He's aging. It's not getting better. He's an African player. Let's not deceive ourselves. The age that he claimed is not the real age. Daily Mena is here. When I said replacement for Bruno, though, what I meant was him being a future prospect for United. Now you're talking, because Messi Mount and Bruno, Jesus Christ, that's so. Messi Mount and Bruno, you're not gonna make my team. Daily Mena say, sure, he can't displace Bruno. I agree with you. Church 9000 says, as you answer non-footballing question, please tell us how many countries you've traveled to and the best one. 62 now. 62 countries. The best one. I like a lot of countries that I've been to. I like Gambia. I like Egypt. I like Bahrain. I like Dubai. Okay, so my head is torn. Right? My head is torn. So on the objective front, I think that there is something about Milan, Italy, that I would always love, even before I got there, that I always love. But then again, it is true. See Paris and die. It's not that to not be lie. See Paris and die is true. I saw Paris. I went everywhere, even to the ghetto. I went to Garden Nord. France is beautiful. So I'm not a fan of England, even though, I mean, that's where I started my life. That's where I grew up, like part of my life. But kind of like England. I'm an idiot. I kind of like England anyway. The train system, the whole motion and all that is fine. I love Singapore too. I can't pick one. This is the one where I can't pick one. Because to me, traveling is putting pieces of puzzles together. Every one of these pieces means a whole lot to me. But the country that gave me the greatest shock of my life. So before I went to Brazil in 2014, I've always heard that Brazil is full of crime, diseases, prostitution on the street, ghetto, favelas, and the rest. When I lie, I lie. Brazil is one of the most beautiful country you will visit. It's also the first place I traveled to, and I said to Sheyi Olofinjana that if I wasn't married, I'm not going to go back again. My daughter was 11 days old when I left Nigeria to go to Brazil. My son was 2 years old. And I remember telling Sheyi Olofinjana and Shina Okelechi that, listen, if I wasn't married or if my wife never born, so I just married, I for just stay here, tell her, say, because I got a job. I mean, I did so well. And again, it's one of those things where I say to myself that when it comes to football analysis or color commentary, there's nobody on my league. I did so well. I remember Martin Tyler asking for my number. Like he wants to keep in touch with me. And some guys in FIFA, media team, and the rest. And we still keep in touch. Sometimes when I get stuck, like I don't know what to do with production. Like when they asked me to come and produce the league, they were my elders, the voice in my head. So I need to do this. I need this. Okay, we have a technology we're going to give to you, but you have to pay for this. And it was easy. That's why I was able to broadcast the league without an OB. Man. People don't understand what that went through, but hey, it's a long thing. The man team was asking me one day, bros, how did you do it? Well, it's the relationship that I built in 2014, and I keep servicing that relationship over a long period of time. I think Brazil will be number one because it was the only country that I had a different expectation going to, and then when I got there, I saw a different country entirely. Brazil was beautiful, and then I had the privilege of traveling around, going almost everywhere in Brazil. So 14 states in Brazil. Sao Paulo have more skyscrapers than the whole of Africa. That's not a lie. It's a fact. Sao Paulo alone have more skyscrapers than the whole of Africa. Brazil will make you speak in tongues. Shakabarabasai. Jesus, that country is fine. Woo! Choose. You don't understand. Travel and see your landlord. Precious 70K001. He said, bros, between Rice and Casado, which one do you prefer? Okay, so Rice doesn't get credit for some of the things that he does. He's got more interception than any other player in the Premier League last season. But you know me, I'm not big on stats. So I think that for me as a manager, I will need more from him. It doesn't give passes like Andre Pello. I'm a sick kind of manager. I'm a manager. That's why I knew Pep Guardiola was not going to sign him. Because of all of his interception, he's not really a great passer of the ball. So it wasn't even Fernandinho had better passing range than him. For Casado, the thing about Casado is that he's a player that can morph. He can play on the right side, he can play on the left side, he can play anywhere on the fullback, on the wider area. He's a more adaptive player. But I think Declan Rice is not a bad buy. Declan Rice is a good buy. He's a future captain of Arsenal because one day I know that Madrid will come and take their Martin Odegaard back. So that's the future captain of Arsenal. Oluyan say, and if you have French players, big uncle E, remember the ghost of Pepe. No, Pepe is not a French player. He's from Ivory Coast, an idiot was player. Olivier Giroud was not really bad. It's just that at the time Olivier Giroud was at Arsenal, was under a terrible coach who had lost the sense of coaching. I'm sorry, we have a business transaction. Hey, as a regular people will see this video. We have a business transaction, $250,000 transaction. About Asavega Nakola and Amugu. Giroud first few years and Sanogo, Lacazette, them know they pay us for Arsenal. No, you see this thing, you're taking a half part of the truth to tell your narrative. How about traveling back to Greece Grimandi? What's it called? Thierry Henry, Emmanuel Petit, Patrick Vieira. What's the other guy that helped us to win the title? Steven Wiltord. How about all those players? And one of the best ever, in short, the all-time greatest signing in Arsenal's history, Nicolas Anelka, who won us the double in 97-98 season. So you can't take these ones and forget those ones. It doesn't balance the truth. In my line of job, you've got to be objective. So all these ones compared to the other guys, Arsenal legends fall in that group more. So I would not buy this one. It was the time where Arsene Wenger was beginning to buy rubbish players. That's when that happened. Baba J619 says, bros, this Timber guy, do you think it will be a good for Arsenal? Yeah, it will be great for Arsenal because he's a good ball player and I think I like him. Oluyem say, I been think say Timber and Caliber na right back and right center back. It's right center back. No, left center back, sorry. It's the backup for your right center back is what am I saying? Left center back. Yeah, he's right centre back. He's right centre back. That's William Saliba now. He's right centre back. Your left centre back backup is Jacob Kivo. So Timber is right centre back for William Saliba. William Saliba is right centre back. Okay, Mr. Demosho say Arsenal cannot win any title until Pep leaves the EPL. Well, not a big deal. Pep is leaving in 2 seasons. So what I know is that Arsenal will win title, will win the Premier League before Chelsea. That's for sure. Oluyam to say my non-footballing question: should a guy like Davido, given his career and wealth, be married at 30, given he's just maturing? Listen, the greatest regret I have, I know I hardly get regret. The greatest regret I have is that I didn't get married when I was 25. Yeah, because when I was 25, I think I was ready to get married. I could take care of a wife, I could feed, take care, because the gap between, I got married at 33. The gap between 25 and 33, that 8 years, every time I look back. So my younger brother, Emmanuel Yorokiri, have a daughter, Fejiro, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful niece of mine. And I feel like at about that same time, if I was married and I have my kids now, my kids would have, some of them, maybe the first or second would have graduated from the university. And you should see, one of the greatest joy I see is when I see a man and his daughter driving around or going out to the shopping mall, playing, and they are big, they're playing with each other. It's nice. The thing that makes people delay marriage is not maturity. The thing that makes a lot of people delay marriage is lack of fun. Lack of fun. I know this, oh, you have to train your younger ones, your family have to settle, blah, 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 blah. You have to get a good paying job. Once you have money, there's nothing wrong with getting married. And it's not maturity that make people cheat. Try to understand that you're a girl. I know that you are very cultured, well-trained, well-groomed girl, not because you're my sister, but because I know you. And you might not agree with this, but in this era that we are in, I am a bloody civilian that doesn't have anything. I get more than my fair share of people sending me naked pictures every day, both single girls, married women, and all of that. I'm not saying this to show off, but just think about Davido for a minute. Think about Davido for a minute. Try to understand the galaxies that Davido walks on. Try to understand the Milky Ways that he walks on. It's easy for people to come out and say I'm pregnant for Davido right now, but you have to also understand the temptation that he has to fight every single day. Being a man is not as easy as a lot of people think, okay? But hey, it is what it is. I don't think that it is age that's a problem, okay? Solomon was giving wisdom, and what did he do with it? 1,000 women. So I don't think that it's got anything to do with age. It is just the situation. Oluyemi says, yes, so Eiffel Tower. Oluya say presidential palace. Okay. Yeah, because I mentioned France. I think you've told France to yourself. Olalo Abamidele say Arsenal winning the title before Chelsea is a probability. I don't do probability. I give my prediction. Let's wait until when the season commences. I didn't say this season. I said Arsenal will win. Try and listen well. Use so that to watch your ear. I don't do this your probability. That's why I'm different. That's why I'm better than every other person you listen to. I don't do probability. I state what I state and I move on. When I told you guys that Man United was not going to win the title in the next 10 years in 2003, 2013, sorry, all of you people said I was crazy. That same season, I said they were going to end the 7th with David Moyes as a coach. People thought I was mad. And I don't do probability. I give you my position. When I told you the other time that Frank Lampard was going to be sacked in February at the beginning of his employment, people thought I was crazy. When they employed Graham Potter, I said, this one is the one that will take Chelsea out of the top 4 completely. There is nothing he can add to the team. People thought I was mad. I don't do probability. This is me. I've been doing this since 2007 consistently, and I don't want to do probability. One thing I'm telling you here, Arsenal is going to win the Premier League before Chelsea. Okay? They are both owned by 2 billionaires from America and all that. But let's wait and see. Let's wait until when the season commences. This Arsenal team will not win the title under Arteta. That I am sure. Well, the conversation is different. Arteta can be sacked this new season. Okay, so it's not about who the coach is. It's about Arsenal versus Chelsea, who wins the title first. Okay, what do you have to say? The seaside and the bridge in Paris is one to live for. I never get tired of viewing Paris. I tell you, Paris is fine. Oh, it's true that they say see Paris and die. Oh. Daily Man, I say, take your flowers, my boss. Nobody pass you for the sports media thing. Yeah. Top of the chain. Yeah, in Africa, people go soon no sha. If you like me, they don't know that their business. Precious Semenike say, boss, I swear, nobody dey your league for sports talk for Nigeria. I'm here in Vancouver. Is 1:49 a.m. listening to you. Thank you very much. Jesus Christ. How you dealing with the cold in that place, man? I went to Vancouver one time. I was doing my man was like, I wear all the jacket, everything I need to wear, but I was convulsing. I was convoluting, as they say. Princess Dominica once said, I followed you since Brilla days. You are the best in Nigeria. I'm the best in the world. I'm not best in Nigeria. I'm the best in the world. Oh, yeah, you say, Pascal Saigan, you are wicked. You are evil for bringing our bad memories. Although you say, at least in recent times, not only Saliba standard from French leagues. I agree. You win the argument. I agree. Bros, wisdom, not to kill you. See as you break down Davido talk. Daily Matter say, who does Samuel Lekotes is real days? You go know say the man no it's onion. Even tomatoes and pepper self and journal. Big uncle E, no be their papa mate to Mr. Sugar say, Baba, please, I wish to go into analysis, but you said your studio is in Leicester, but I'm in Kent. And do your own for them now. What course do I study? So, becoming an analyst, you don't really need a course, but there's a school in Germany called ISB in Hamburg that you can go and learn. I went there to go and do a training. Oluya say every prediction you made has been spot on. So I think that the first thing to be if I look back at my growing up, I was groomed and raised to be a football analyst. You know, looking at how I grew up, the things that I've done, the things that I've read. This just happened. This is not an accident. I'm not an accident in motion. I'm not one of those guys who feel like and say God has called me and I want to become a football analyst. This is what I was created to be, and a whole lot more. So I think that if you want to be an analyst, you need to read a lot, you need to watch more. And an analyst is not an argumentator. So it's not somebody who likes to argue. Because sometimes people say, I know how to talk sports. When I argue sports with my mates, I'm always the one winning. That's not a football analyst. That's a roadside argument. Somebody who just like to argue. An analyst is somebody who can, see between the lines, see past the drama and give a position that will be factual and well respected. That's who a football analyst is. You have to be objective. You can be sarcastic at times, and it's allowed. You can even banter at times, but let the core of what you do or say or put out there be so good that it borders on objectivity, fact, figure. And then if you want to take it a step further, like I have done over the years, is that you cannot say, okay, I want to carve a niche for myself. I want to be different. I want to stand out. And you cannot start giving authoritative statements. Like when I said Barcelona was going to come back from a 4-goal down against PSG and win 6-1. That's no longer football analysis. That's you putting your life, your neck on the line. And, you can say they can win. But when you now start giving that kind of number, or when I say Man United was going to go 10 years without winning the title, that's no longer analysis. That's you going. But what I do is I have also taken time to study pattern. There's something called pattern in life. Everything in life works with pattern. So when you study pattern, and it's a study, it's a research. Psychology teaches you to study pattern if you want to be successful. If you want to make money, you study money pattern. If you want to be a good husband or a good father, you study patterns. There are patterns that comes into play and you will be successful. There are patterns that come into play, that, if I continue on this line, I will never be successful. So as an analyst, the first thing you need to master is the act of studying patterns, because it is patterns that will make you understand whether the things you say, they will be as solid as a rock or they are just castle in the air that will be blown away by the breeze. It's a very funny territory to be in, but it's something that you can attend to. I mean, you need to say yourself, you want to be better than it. Like I tell people every day, I'm Canada, Gary Neville, these guys are not in my league. They can't do what I do, but they are opportunity to be in a very good environment, and I respect them for that. I mean, like all of that is great. But when we talk about looking the game eyeball to eyeball, a game that 11 people are playing, people that you don't know, you don't have their phone number, and you can call it with such precise accuracy, not once, not twice, not for 10 years, 15 years going on, then there's something different about you. Okay, there's something different about you. But you need to read a lot. A football analyst must be someone who listens more than he talks. There is a time to talk. Like now, I'm on the show. I'll talk a lot. But after this show, I'm going to listen to every sports show, every podcast. It takes a lot of time. Read books, get history, fact, and then begin to sieve. Like an engineer, like a scientist, I begin to sieve. Okay, how do I take this from this and add this to this and make this to this and see, okay, this pattern is happening now. It has happened before in the 60s. It has happened in the 50s. What was the end result? Okay, so there's a World Cup 16-year pattern for Italy. There's a 24-year pattern for some countries. There's a whole lot, but if you don't look well, you won't see it. And then there's the exceptional rules for certain years, like in 2010. Okay, so all of that is what you would look at. It's a long space. I used to train people for free, but I don't do that for free anymore. If I train anybody that want me to train them as an analyst now, you have to pay me. If you're not paying me, go look bush, I beg. I can't give you this knowledge for free. When there's plenty of talk on the YouTube, it means I will have to overshoot. I don't know if I will get it, but let me try my best and see where we go on this. I might have to run. And because I have some things to do. But let me read a few one. If I don't read your message, please don't be angry with me. I'm sure you've enjoyed the show this morning. This is why I say we should avoid the greetings anyway. You say good to be back again. Lord Mayor say boss greetings. Oyelo Abdul Gafar, you said you'll be back. You're not back. I don't have Woody anymore. You want me to go get another customer? This is the last one I have. They've taken everything from me. Okay, come back from this your UK. Come back. You are not allowed to relocate. He say meat should be delivered by DHL. You are one of those people that's making me not have meat today soon. Lord Mayor, he said I feel Man U board wanted to offer in the contract while Erik ten Hag said no. That's foolishness. And the board and the coach not going to discuss before they go the offer and contract. Emmanuel Erik said, "Go bros, Brendo." Mark Jones Francis say good morning, sir. It's good to be on your show this morning. Divine Tokeye. He said, what else do you Arsenal will need after the acquisition of Harvard? I still think that they need one more striker. That's my thought anyway. And I still think that they need the right back. I think I've discussed all that one before. Lord Mayor, I don't understand media again because Arsenal signed Rice, now average and overrated player. Now, when Madrid and Chelsea signed, no be overrated and average player. That's their opinion, whatever they want to say. Oluwa Dare Showumi says, a good morning, boss. All of a sudden, no one is talking about Wilfred Didi and Kelechi Iheanacho. Now, wow, not evil speculations, rumors. Well, time, the window is still big. Yorokiri, okay, we'll talk about that one before. Divine, okay, say, so you are the Pep of the kitchen and your mom is the Josie. No, she taught me, so she cannot be the Josie. She's probably the LVG or the Sabobi Robson. She cannot, no, my mom is not the, she's higher than that level. Ezra Patrick say greetings. Ezra Patrick say, bros, no mind them. Make person come talk say him get belle for me now. Them don't see cash car. Ezra Patrick guy. You are an idiot. I will come to that banagram beat. This will enter. This will loud. Oh God. Ezra Patrick say. This ladies all knew he was married, so what's the fuss about? Okay, Irokiri Imana said 30 billion reason to get them pregnant. Is it Patrick say, let them sort their issues, make them know they disturb us, all these bloggers say. I think Davido should do what 50 Cent did. Just come out and declare bankruptcy. Everybody will sit up, everybody will behave well. Just declare bankruptcy that he invested his money and he lost the money, he's broke. And he's not sold his private jet, he's selling his car. Let him just go and rent one house in Mushin and stay for 1 month. And everybody will take their picking back. I'm telling you. Okay. Tosi Iluyomade said it's only in Nigeria that our stadium is idle until next tournament, apart from religious program. Andrew Gaidukevich said, moreover, when we pass judgment, take gift on my page. I don't understand that. When we pass judgment, take gift on my page. I don't understand that anyway. You're okay, man. I say, bro, so everybody knows, say, for cooking, nobody goes when it comes to you. But who go say in mama soup no sweet? It's one of those things anyway. I'm good. I'm good. When I say I'm a better cook than I'm a football analyst. When I say that, people don't agree, but I know I can cook. I can cook a storm. I know that for sure. Right? Ological Clear to say, good morning, bros. Good morning to you. Which striker should Chelsea sign this transfer market, in your opinion? Clear Ological Sunday from Ogun State. I think there are quite a few strikers. I think they should be audacious enough to try Harry Kane. If they don't get Harry Kane, they have money. They should try Kylian Mbappe, and Mbappe will swear for them. And they should go for Victor Osimhen. If they pay him good money, he might still be able to bring them into the top four. They will not win the title, but it could still bring them in there. There are strikers. There's a few strikers. There's a guy that's Goncalves in Portugal. That's also another good striker that Chelsea should be looking at. That's my thought anyway. Lower Damina show me say alarm. Nobody in Chelsea midfield again. Okova, Kante, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, Havertz, and going Mount, etc. Only Enzo remain. Yes, they're trying to rebrand the team. They're trying to exfoliate and excrete out everything that has to do with Roman Abramovich. That's the idea. Okay, it's going to happen just the same way Arteta have removed every signature of Arsene Wenger and Mr. Good Evening out of the team and is remodeling the team after himself. So it's a normal thing. Pep Guardiola did it when he came to Chelsea. So that's not really a big deal on that one. You might say, I guess Liverpool won't sign Zobo. Now, wow, for Liverpool, Arsenal, make them digest them rice, your father. You might say, Arteta don't steady ship finish, no excuse again. Like me, Arteta expectations is a trophy, maybe FA Cup and good title race and round of 16 or quarterfinals finish in the Champions League. See, not go call round of 16. Quarterfinals is where the target are set for him. As a Patrick say, Harry Maguire needs a club where the pressure is not so high. Allow me to say, now that Arsenal are not spending big, the expectations on Arteta is to win the league. This big spending and not to make another top four only. But top four is part of it. I beg, let them make the top four. Lord Mayor, Maguire can play in West Ham because Moyes played 3-man defense, to which Maguire is cool in that formation. Tiamiyu Temita say, I think for Arteta, he had done the proper trajectory to put the team where they are today. Making a bold step to sign Declan Rice for that amount, I believe the boldness to make this transfer. Okay, the team is putting a claim to compete with the elite. Arsenal should not disappoint because anything short of success will put pressure on Arteta. Kennedy Onao say, please, sir, what's your opinion on the signing of Rice by Arsenal? Is it a good deal? For Arsenal, it's a great deal, not just a good deal, in my own opinion. Yes, Yurokiri say, mind you, just they make them no one sign Casado. They just make noise, sorry. Say, mind just the rake, them no one sign Casado. They just the one threatening Chelsea, make them for lower missing man money. Bad Martin, I God could judge you. Yurokiri say, Rice is a good player any day, anytime. But I pray he fails at Arsenal. You say wish. Casey Kenty, he say if he fail at Arsenal, it will affect you. Me, I mean it tell you so. I go most. Yeah, I too like your children. Your children are too nice for me to even say this thing I want to say. So I forgive you. Casey Kenty say £105 million for Rice with 1 year left. Yet Man U wants Messi Man for 55. Same 1 year left. Who be Messi Man for where Declan Rice is? Who is Messi Man? Baka. Come on, leave that grasshopper. Come on, my friend. Why does England like to hype players? Casey Clint say, I believe in God, but not the process way Africa does it. Thank you very much for using that as a punchline. Casey Canty, he said, I hope Party stays at Arsenal, even the addition of Rice. No, he shouldn't stay. I beg, he should go. I beg. We don't want the shop Party Rice. We just want the rice, but we don't want to be trained Party while we're eating rice. Okay, you're okay, man. I say, until they sell United, them no go fit sign any 80 million player. That's true. They are all over the place right now. Make them themselves at first. I agree with you 100%. All these negotiation is just in vain. If. That's what Manchester United are doing. If you don't know that song, forget. Don't bother yourself. Don't try. You cannot see it on Google, YouTube. Don't try to Google that song. Just let just let it be. If they don't come to you, don't go to them. That be every song that they find. You don't know. I just tell you now. Let me know, why are people not calling Chumeni hype? Obviously, he's a hype because Madrid signed him not be hype again. I agree with you. Andrew Gaidukovic says these instances are indications. Take gift on my page. I don't understand what you're saying. I honestly don't understand what you're saying. Okay. Adijala, the only member that we have now, Adijala Ovama says, I like your name, Adijala Okoe, Data Broadcasting Service. When an Legote family Manu ownership's uncertainty is really not helping the situation right now, but Manu do not deserve it. Them two, they entitled, okay? Another man's money. Wow. The Korean man says it's so painful seeing in the overrated midfielders everywhere. Most of these midfielders statistics wise can't match in but 96% of Nigerian players lack ambition. I agree with you 100%. Chizoba Justus, you say well done. And then European man came back again and said, Arsenal winning the title before Chelsea is dream, bros. You guys should wake up. Oh. The difference between Chelsea and Arsenal, if Chelsea signed a 105 million pounds player, our fans expect us to win the league. But Arsenal, you people signed Mikhailo Madrid last season, and I think you guys ended somewhere 4 points above relegation. I mean, how many points? Please let me calculate it because I stopped counting at some point. And what's the difference between Mikhailo Madrid and how much did you guys pay for Enzo again? Because when you talk about, I say your brain, you forget that for kitchen. They are cooking in the house. And please, all this broadcast, this is me and my own blood brother talking. If I say you forget your brain for toilet when you go shit, right now you come back with empty head. How much did people spend on Enzo? You earned 4 points above relegation. How much did people spend in January on Mikhailo Madrid again? You earned 4 points above relegation. And you come here, you had the audacity to talk about Arsenal. See, if I slap you, I see senior you that year. If I slap you, Waka Ribeiro, Alama. Come on, my memory. He said Arsenal signed a 105 million pounds player. They're still thinking of a cup trophy, finishing top 4. We wanna finish with Enzo now. Let me Yorokiri Emmanuel, don't start banter. Enzo. Now 5 million a big, thank God. Somebody don't already answer themselves. Somebody don't give up. Woto the apple there now. Temitayo, he say, I like Ateta. This one way you talk, say Ateta can be sacked this season. No. That's not what I mean. I was responding to what somebody was saying. I'm not expecting him to be sacked. That was a phrase. It's not a prediction. Yorokiri Emmanuel says, our mentality with Arsenal's mentality is different. Make them work on their mentality first. No, we don't need to work on any mentality. This mentality we want to get now. You're still operating this Chelsea or Roman Abramovich operating system. Sorry, guy, that system has been deleted a long time ago. That operating system has been deleted a long time ago. You're okay, man. I say, Lord Mayor, read waiting I write now. I did talk of mentality. Even with Enzo and the bad season, Chelsea mentality will always be to win the league. Can't win now. Lord, if you talk any now, I'm not gonna make top 4. Any now, I'll press button now for Chelsea now. I will clear. Arsenal need another midfielder to complement Declan Rice. True. Lamia says, Emmanuel, I understand you, but we have to be real. Man City is still far from Arsenal, but Arsenal is getting close soon. You're okay, Emmanuel said, but I am most Arsenal fans still talking of FA Cup. FA Cup is important. Top 4 is important. Where did you people finish last season? That's the mentality I'm talking about. Yeah, you have to stay. You cannot compete for the title if you're not aiming to be in the top 4. You have to stay in the top 4 and then compete for the title. That's just the basic truth. That's the reality of today. There was a time where there are only 2 teams in the Premier League. You say you're competing for the title, and then top 4 is beneath you. Mourinho celebrated top 4. The same Mourinho who said that top 4 is for failure, right? So you have to understand the time. Either for Bible, teach us to number our days that we might apply our heart to wisdom. You're not applying your heart to wisdom right now. We need to change your name to Yorokiri Wisdom Ukoyomi so that you can apply your heart to wisdom. Yorokiri, my bros, you never give me my hoodie. Were you not in Lagos? You were in Lagos, right? Uh-huh. Okay. Here's a Patrick. He said, person say, make Davido marry all of them. They pay them minimum wage of 33K. If he does this, the rest go close their legs. Minimum wage don't go up now. Tinubu saying that we increase minimum wage. Well, we've had a good time. Let me see the few messages that I missed here. Oluya say, this kind baby mama solution. Ah, Josh Power 125. He say, I will follow you everywhere you go. Arsenal need a good striker. I agree with you. Say greetings to you, bros. Mr. Sugar, I say, I'm willing to pay you because I really need it. You go pay. I don't teach people. See, people. The good thing about me teaching people is I look at the people that I have trained and I see where they are right now. I feel very good. Emmanuel 18, I trained him. Emmanuel Sebastian, who's the next big thing right now. I train him. And the good thing is I have a platform that I can also put these people. And I hope that next season in Nigerian League, we're doing a lot of production, a lot of traveling and all that. But I can't sit down like I did with Emmanuel for 3 months and teach anybody for free. If you don't get between 300 to 500,000, stay away from me, I beg. I'm not teaching people because the work is also too hard. It's too stressful. It's time consuming, and it's too done into details. Okay, too many video clips to watch, too many audio to listen, and too many talking time, which I don't have. Okay, so if you're ready to learn, you know where to find me. Slide into my DM, pay your money up front, and then I give you the time for us to start doing the work. Okay, yeah, this is where we come to the end of the show. Here's a Patrick say. Okay, I think I've read that one. Oluyam say big uncle E. You dey share hoodie. If you come back to Nigeria, I'll give you one. If you come back, first off, there's somebody in the UK who's supposed to get a hoodie for you. Okay, don't worry. We'll talk about that one. We'll talk about that one later. Abdul Ghaffar would get you sorted out. Even if you're in the UK, I can sort you out in the UK. Having said that, thank you very much, everybody, for being on the show today. If you've not subscribed to this YouTube channel and you love what we're doing, do I still need to beg you? Do I still need to cry? Do I still need to do morning devotion and evening devotion and go to Oroki, go and climb mountain before you will subscribe to the channel? See, as we are now, we're 11,971. We're not even up to 12,000. We're trying to get to 1 million. And you know how it is. Like I said, the day we get to 1 million subscribers, I will buy somebody a car. We get to 10 million subscribers, I will buy somebody a house. Okay? Whatever it is. But I know that's a promise that I will keep. So guys, if you're out there, do well to subscribe to the YouTube channel and share it with your friends. Tell them that you always have 1 hour plus every day, Monday to Friday, to have fun. And we interview some of the biggest names in the industry. And please, when you watch our content, do well to comment on it and share. It helps us to grow, especially the ones with Emmanuel Sebastian interviewing Super Eagles players. Please do well to comment on him and inspire him to be better, to grow, because that's the only way. Like if somebody else now want me to train him, I might just be putting him to interview MPFL players and see how good he is. Imagine that you are not getting comment, you will not feel good. Baba underscore J619. The hoodie no go reach us, bros. Now bad thing if I decide to buy it. And bad thing if you tell me, say, oh bros, I want to buy. If you want Arsenal hoodie, not be buy you, they buy it. If you want Chelsea hoodie, not be buy you, they buy it. My business they here to be free, Abi, and I want make I do impossible things. Now, bad thing if you say, okay, oh, bros, design 200 hoodies, I want to buy. I'm Nigerian, I'm the only beggars in this country. I bet Tinubu remove subsidy from beggars so that they're not going to beg again. Well, it's on this note that we'll draw the curtain on the show today. The Responsible Face been nice. Thank you very much, Joy Bassi, for joining in at the beginning and distracting me with plenty of coughing. Sorry about that one. Every other person out there, it's been a wonderful day. Let's take a rest. Tomorrow again, we'll be here to do what needs to be done. Mr. Sugar, send me a DM and I would tell you the cost of the hoodie. This is the hoodie. This is the hoodie. This is the hoodie. This is it. I'm having a headache, right? This is the hoodie. In case you're wondering how the hoodie is. Yeah. It's because of the headphone. Yeah, this is the hoodie. So if you want to buy, let me know, and I would prepare it after a week. They will deliver it to you. Okay. Don't mind them. Give me. That's why I asked. No, not me. Give. I know they give. Come and pay and buy. This you see these people when they say give me. They don't invest for this business. So if they ask for give me, I can always give them because I meanwhile, where my microphone cover? ah, yeah, I almost strangled myself just now. Well, that's where the show ends. My name again is Idafima Chesogana. You love to come in there and go to the sports. Let us again tomorrow. Tomorrow, I promise I'll give you guys 1 hour 30 minutes. I promise. It's a promise. I promise you from the bottom of my heart. I'll give you that. All right, bye bye, guys. Take care. Hasta la vista. Yes, that's how they say it. Wait till the in my language.